Show me the systems that prove it. Show me the infrastructure, the schools, the programs that prove it. We ain't interested in being free. Every time we fight the power structure, it is not to get free of the power structure. It's to be better treated by the power structure. We want sympathy. We don't want freedom.
So what is it that exactly, well, I'm going to ask you, when you do open the school, and he will open the school, I'm just saying that because, of course, I got to be the one that says it, that everybody says that you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that, blah, 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 blah. And I always come here with a straight face saying, what proof do you have? You have none. He's done everything. What have you done? You have done pretty much everything except put a red tape around the school and clip it once everything is intact and in order. So what have you particularly done for yourself and for your community versus what a man like this is doing everything and anything but shouting to the heavens? What are you doing?
Let me say this. I find it rather interesting that my detractors and frenemies tried to reduce my contribution to African history and the liberation struggle to whether or not I opened the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. You are absolutely right, my brother. And we're going to go to midnight. I'm going to take you to midnight, King. 30 more minutes. You are absolutely right that we will open the school. But let me say this. If I never opened the school, there's 5 things that I'm going down in history for. If I never open the school, I am the first psychologist in the history of this country to make sure damn near every Black parent in this country, more than any psychologist ever, understands the education system and how to beat it, the special education system and how to beat it, the psychiatric medication system and how to beat it, the ADHD and disruptive behavior disorder system and how to beat it. I am a household name amongst Black parents and white educators because of the work I've done saving our children. No psychologist has ever influenced the way Black parents raise their children, deal with the mental health system, or deal with the education system like Dr. Umar Ifatunde. I'm going down in history as the most influential Black school psychologist in the history of this country. Undeniable, undisputable. That's number 1. Number 2, I have raised more Black youth to Black consciousness in the world. Remember, I'm not local, I'm global. Everybody else is local. I'm global.
Yes.
Okay. I speak more out the country than they speak in the country. Nobody has taken more Black youth to consciousness globally than I have. And I would attach to that I'm responsible for influencing more Black women to wear their natural hair than any Black scholar in the history of this country, except for maybe the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. There's not a continent you can go where you don't find Black youth who were woke up to consciousness by me, or Black women who return to their natural hair because of me. That's 2. Number 3. I have forced Black consciousness and Pan-Africanism into the center of mainstream discussion about the Black reality. No one has forced Black consciousness from the grassroots into the mainstream conversation. I'm the only scholar you know who has ever been on the Breakfast Club, ever, and got 1 million views in less than 24 hours. Nobody else has done that except me. I'm the only one who has ever done it. I am the first scholar to be as popular as an entertainer, and I'm not an entertainer. I'm the first scholar to be as popular as an athlete, and I'm not an athlete. No scholar ever has received the type of reception I get around the world from African people. When white folks see me, they think I'm an athlete. He must be an actor. He must be an athlete, a rapper, or something. Because when I'm on that airplane and every black person walking on the airplane is stopping and taking pictures, including the black stewardess, including the black captain, white folks are like, who is this guy? And they come over to me, are you an athlete? No, I'm not. Are you an entertainer? No, I'm not. No, I'm a doctor of clinical psychology. Wow, well, why does everybody? Because I'm a revolutionary freedom fighter for my people. No freedom fighter in our history gets the reception that I got, not globally. You've never seen it. Now, I have the benefit of social media. And because I have the benefit of social media, I don't compare myself to my great ancestors on whose shoulders I stand. Because had Malcolm had social media, had King had social media, had George and Jonathan Jackson had social media, had Fred Hampton had social media, they would be even greater than I am. So I'm not comparing myself to them, but I am comparing myself to my contemporaries. They can't touch this with a 5-foot pole. I have more 1 million view videos than everybody else in the conscious community put together.
And you don't even have a YouTube page.
And I don't even have a YouTube page. I'm the biggest name on YouTube. I don't have a YouTube page. I was the biggest name on TikTok, and I didn't have a TikTok page until last month. If that doesn't show you my influence, I don't even have to self-promote. This interview we doing right now going to be taken and shared 1 million times by the morning.
I'm not really worried about all that. I'm just worried about the
absolutely
message and
not.
how to
but just
get
speaking to the impact and the influence. Let's go to FDMG.
Yes, sir.
We're not even open yet, and we've already made history. First of all, we're the largest independent Black school campus in the country. We're the only independent school with 2 real schools, not a church, not a basement, not a storefront, not your house. Real school buildings. We're the only one with 2. We're the largest, and not only that, except for the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, except for the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, we're the only school in the history of this country, that was purchased, renovated, and operated with donations from African people from all over the world. Every continent has contributed to the FDMG Academy. We get as many donations from continental Africans as we get from American Africans. We get as many donations from Africans in Europe, in Asia, in the Caribbean as we get from American Africans. You've never seen it. Maybe Garvey, but nobody else. Me and Garvey, that's it when it comes to a school that was built by Africans from all over the world. So
but why donations? But why donations, sir? Why donations? Why can't you just go to a bank? Why can't you just go to a bank and get the money from the bank and everything and blah, 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 blah? See, well, maybe, just maybe he doesn't want to be responsible for white money.
Not only that, that's correct, but let's go deeper, my brother.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I don't need the bank because I'm so loved by my people. I'm so loved by my people that they said, Doc, you don't need the bank. We got you. We got you. Don't you know? I was talking to somebody the other day, right? And they said they didn't know about me. There's people who don't know me. So I remain humble. And they said, you open up a school? I said, yeah. They said, how are you getting the funding? I said, from the people. This the other day. I said, from the people. They said, what do you mean from the people? I said, I asked the Black community worldwide, the African family, to help me raise the money to open up a school to educate Black children. They said, you don't have no corporate sponsors? I said, no. They said, you don't have no government grants? I said, no. You don't have no celebrity backing? I said, no. They said, so how do you think you're going to buy the school? I said, excuse me, we already bought the school. $13 million campus, and we bought it for pennies on the dollar. We already got that. And we're going to be open by the end of the year, beginning of the next year, with all Black money. No white loans, no bank loans, no government grants, no corporate handouts. No other Black school in this country can lay claim to that now or historically except for Garvey. We in the class all by ourselves.
Let's get the elephant out of the room. Everybody's complaining about. What up, though? I'm not gonna be long. I'm not gonna be long-winded. I'm just gonna put shit how it is. This is We-On-Loc Nation coming to you with coming to you with some news that well, why should I tell you? And it don't take this the wrong way, because ultimately you get tired of people doing streams on certain individuals, wink wink, and not building institutions of their own, not doing live streams on a more positive things in the more positive settings. It's always the same old, right? And of course, Ifatunde talked about this, and ultimately a lot of people talked about this. So I talked with some friends of mine that know him best, and it's safe to say that everything's going to be okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it at all. See, the people that you know that have good intentions, you're thankful that they're in your corner, because ultimately you're going to get good results. And the results that Dr. Ifatunde has given is it's not enough. It's not enough for certain people. And I've seen, ultimately, let me close this door real quick. Ultimately, I've seen a lot of videos of, a lot of people doing Umar streams, but I often think it's at some point it's going to turn into something else. Nope, it's the same old. And I ain't got to mention no names. I don't want to mention. It's no need. It's no need for it, because I can be at this all day. I can make stream after stream after stream. I can do it individually, or I can do it as a group. I could put y'all, all those who are some struggle streaming ass bitches, I could put y'all all in a freaking thumbnail, or I can do it individually. But again, talking with some individuals that often get mad at me for streaming about him, knowing that there's going to be some people that have some negative continuity about him. And I'm not worried. It's always the same shit. It's pretty much always the same shit. And the elderly, when I spoke to an elderly, it was even more influencing to hear this person, not mentioning any names, to hear this person say, and I quote, "Give them something to complain about." This is like when a child starts crying for no reason, and the mother often says, "You don't stop crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about." Well, let these crybabies cry about the school, and let them cry. Let them cry all day, because they're the ones that are not giving out money. They're the ones that are not helping out, being an influence for their community. And they don't know the outcomes. They don't know what this man has done. They don't know what this man is doing, has done, is doing for these people. You say, he ain't paying these people. How the hell do you know? Did you even go to the live streams where he takes these individuals who do work for him out to dinner? Have you ever seen any individuals? Have you heard of certain individuals who he has given money to?
Have you heard about that? Have you heard about these individuals, certain individuals who work for him, get money from him? No, you haven't, because you don't ask no questions. You don't ask no questions. All of this is a whole bunch of complaining. Complaining about this, complaining about that, complaining about this, complaining about that. He's not a descendant of Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey, blah, 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 blah. Roland Martin smoked him. Lord Jamar smoked him. Lord Jamar didn't do shit. Lord Jamar is a washed up hip hop artist that wants him to do. And I can't stress this for the life of me. Other Negroes like him want him to do what they want him to do, which is mind-boggling to me, because this is his project. This is his baby. And if you guys often give me, these little what is it? It's not thumbnails. It's these little this little computerized AI, this AI type stuff, right? That paints a perfect picture of the school being all painted up and the building revamped outside as well as inside. The inside looks great. The outside looks perfect. But nothing let me ask you a question. Is everything in the Black community perfect? No. And you guys want it's everything in the Black community when it comes to financial resources, when it comes to banks, when it comes to schools, when it comes to institutions. Are they perfect? No. So why is it that Umar has to do what's good for the community when it comes to perfectization? He has to be perfect. The school has to be perfect. The grass has to be perfect. The trees have to be cut down. Why don't you provide your services? He puts his number out there all the time. Go ahead and call that number up. I think it's 28158-158, something of that degree. Why don't you call the number up? Go to one of his live streams. Go to the Breakfast Club and do what you need to do. Stop complaining. Either contribute, either get on the train or get off the fucking train. I'm getting sick and tired of you individuals. And I know you know who you are. I ain't got to call no names. Those who have struggle streams. Those who are struggle streamers and complain about the school. And furthermore, complain. Let's break this down. You complain about him taking pictures with females. Why is he taking pictures with females when you know he's supposed to be opening up a school? So you mean to tell me that principals, former principals, teachers, they don't, let's just say, for example, get with other teachers or get with people with who are outside of schools that they work in? And he's single, so what's wrong with taking pictures? It's pretty much harmless. He's taking pictures with white people, and maybe they're interested. Maybe they're interested in Dr. Umar. Maybe they're interested in what he has to say. Maybe they are interested in getting their kid lined up, because he is a psychologist, by the way. All you had to do was pay the retainer, and boom, we have to work. Pay the retainer, and we can talk to your kid now. The jealousy has got to stop. the jealousy and the slander, it all has to end. If you have a problem, solve it. If you have an issue, work it out. If you don't like them, don't bother them. Enough is enough. We're just acting like just complete babies. Just complete babies, all because we don't have anything else left to do other than to make content about Umar. Your it's just ridiculous. Next thing you know, let's just say you don't have nothing. Let's just say Umar disappears. Umar disappears for good, off into Jamaica or Africa somewhere, where he should be, because at this point, I could give a fuck less if he ever comes out with the school, because it's just ridiculous of how many people hate versus the type of love and respect he gets from other people. And it's crazy. And I'm not talking about just African Americans. I'm talking about the whole African diaspora, period. No matter where he goes, although I'll say he has a little bit more haterism overseas, he still has more love over there than he does here. And yes, I know people been sniped, people been snuffed out of their money, people been told lies, people been deceived, people been hurt. But you're going to follow somebody. That's what Negroes do. You're going to follow somebody, whether it's a Republican or Democrat or someone. It's going to be someone you're going to follow. You're not going to necessarily put in the work because nobody's going to support you. You have in these spaces, for example, you get little to no support. You get very little to no support. I know. When it comes to, let's just say, you got Susan B. Anthony's daughter. She graduates college, right? She gets her master's degree. And she's getting her doctorate as well. Is she celebrated? No. Hell no, she ain't celebrated, because that's not content. Oh, brother just came out. He came out the military, and the president is granting him, I don't know, say a job working at a federal credit union. Does that get views? No. Dr. Umar is going to open up the school. And he has 300 children, plus the teachers, plus the lunch aides, plus the janitors, this, that, and this, the other. Is that going to get views? Yes, but in a negative content. Look at these ugly individuals. Look at these ugly kids. Look at these ugly ass kids. Look at this. She look like she got a hair hat. That teacher has a hair hat. I thought Dr. Umar said they were supposed to be natural. Wait a minute. He can't have natural women. He just can't have anything. This is America. This is America. He has nothing but black kids. Where are the white kids? Where are all the white kids and the white teachers and everybody? This is supposed to be a diversity school. He just can't have a school for black boys. Yes, he can. No, he can't. It's the law. This is a private institute. I know this is not a private institute. Nothing is never enough. Oh, the ceilings are exposed. The ceilings are exposed with all the wiring. At one point it was, oh, look at the bathroom. The bathrooms are terrible. The bathrooms are nasty. The bathrooms are this. The bathrooms is that. Look at the rooms. Oh, the rooms are so terrible. Look at all this, all the desks. Where are all the new furniture? He gets new furniture. Oh, look at why does he have the furniture upside down? Why does he have this? Why does he have that? He paints the hallways. He paints the rooms. We need a different color. What? We need to stick with the same color, sir. Every room is painted with the ideology of Africanism, just like the gymnasium. Why can't he just stick with one color? It's never enough. It's never enough. He's got to get the floors done. Why does he have to call on old folks? Why does he have to call on old folks to do his work for him, to lay down carpet? Maybe they'll have quote a cheaper price than when he goes to companies, and they're going to quote him the most expensive price. It is until he gets better, until he gets more money, until he opens up the school, and until he shows progress. He's going to have to deal with what he has to deal with. Oh, well, what about the $3 quadrillion that he had? He's spending it on Vegas money. So he put $10 in a slot machine. He puts $10 in a slot machine, and to expect what? When you go into the go out the terminal, right? And right there you're in the Vegas lobby. What is the first thing you're going to see when you're in the airport? Vending machines, slot machines. That's what you're going to see. He's spending the FDMG money. No, he's not. He gets gifts, right? And plus, I believe he's a. I don't want to butcher the. I don't know how it goes. He's a psychotherapist or whatever it is. I don't want to butcher that. But he does do extra stuff over the weeks, and they do pay him to do stuff. He's spending the FDMG. Why can't he just get a regular job? Most of you motherfuckers are getting kicked. Most of you sell drugs. Most of you do what you got to do to get money, don't y'all? Most of you will sell your souls. And most of you will actually beg for cash apps and super chats. Most of you would beg for cash apps and super chats and memberships, right? And beg for other people for gifted memberships. Man, you really got it. You really got it bad for Umar. No, I just seen the visual and I stuck with it. He had a vision. I stuck with it. I'm going to stick with it until it either falls from the wayside or I'm going to drown with the sinking ship. You did that with Malcolm, or not Malcolm, but Martin Luther King, right? Most of you didn't have a problem when he allegedly cheated on his wife. Most of you didn't have a problem with that. It ain't got nothing to do with it. He's a great leader. But most of you Negroes and most of you Niglets, BITCH is gonna say he should be a great leader because he cheated on that good, hard-working woman in Coretta Scott King. He has 5 children and he's gonna cheat on them. Well, most people when they're on the road and they can't get no sign, and they're getting busted upside the head, being called all types of niggas and all this other stuff for white people. Obviously, that doesn't mean anything to you. Obviously, and it doesn't. It's not like she can catch a flight. So, and I'm not condoning it, but sometimes as a brother, you do what you got to do. You know. But with the difference between Dr. King and Umar again, he's single. Oh, what's another one? Oh, ooh, what's another one? Oh, yes. We got to talk about it. He has 2 baby mamas. Why can't he just pick one and marry one? Why can't you? Y'all have a lot of nerve. A lot of nerve. A lot of nerve to complain about this man's situation, about this man's personal life. And then you got Christians, wannabe thug Christians, right? That come up on that mainly have their own platforms, right? And they often say the same thing. Well, why don't he just he has 2 baby mamas? Ain't that the norm? None of you Negroes would marry the first person that your first girlfriends. You didn't marry your first girlfriends. Those of you, a handful of you do, and congratulations. Oh, whoop-de-doo. But you want pure the truth of the matter is the reality of it is technically it's not a reality. The part that I'm going to talk about is fantasy. 90% fantasy and 10% reality. The 10% reality is when if you find somebody pure, right? If you find somebody pure, then and only then would it be apropos for you to go after that girl if y'all are the same age, right? 90% of you want a woman that is pure. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen unless she comes out of high school. But even if she comes out of high school, you're gonna think she's a thought anyway because that's what most Negroes think about. That's what most Negroes think about. That's what most Negroes think about. I heard of Dr. King. I heard of King Randall. He basically got his money from white folks. I didn't want to hear it. But congratulations to him. But anyway, not to say that if you guys are the same age and you get with each other, I have no problems with that. If you are the same exact age. Now, when it comes to a 33-year-old, a 40-year-old talking about he wants somebody young and inexperienced. That's just so. You're talking the ages between 18 and 25. That's just sick. That's just sick. So don't come to me with this Umar shit. Don't come to me with this Umar shit. Y'all have your own problems that y'all have to deal with. Your own individual problems. You're not going to incriminate somebody who is a 40-year-old man but wants an 18-year-old girl. Y'all got your own individual problems. Y'all don't even want to. You want to criticize Umar, but you want to criticize a nigga who wants an 18-year-old girl and he's 40 years old. What type of sick ass shit is that? So until you solve those problems, until you hold those men accountable, don't come to me with that shit. I technically Well, technically, I can't agree. I can't agree that it is still a teenager, but by law, that person is an adult. By law, that person is an adult. By law, that person is an adult. That person can't just, she can't, he or she cannot drink until age of 21. And that's what I should, that we, not just I alone, but we as a community, should I say it again? We as a community should start moving up the laws a little bit when it comes to the ranges of you being an adult. It should be 21. It should be 21. You can't do anything. You can get your license at 16. You can still get your license at 16, but you just can't do anything adult-wise until you're 21. You're not considered an adult until you're 21. But nobody wants to come up with things like this. Nobody wants to come up with things like this. Don't come to me with this stuff. Umar, he's not married. He's not married to any of his baby mamas. Let me tell you about this. You know what? I'm not gonna, and it's his personal life. That's his business. What he puts out there, he puts out there. He says him and his baby mamas are cool with each other, then I'm cool. If he says his baby mamas are cool with each other, then I'm cool. Everybody wants to get in. What does his personal life have to do with the project at hand? What does his personal life have to do with with the business in hand? What does it have to do with anything? I get the point. I get the point where he shouldn't be talking about relationships, but none of you, all of you, struggle in relationships. Y'all have what's called situationships. I have never heard of this shit before. Never. I had never heard of now it's situationships. It used to be love was based on relationships. Now it's all about respect. As a man, I must get respect. So you argue with black women all day? Man, these women, they don't want to be submissive. What's submissive again? You're submissive. They're supposed to be feminine, and they're supposed to dress a certain way, and they're supposed to act a certain way. They're supposed to cook and clean, and then it goes to the cooking. So most of these women can't cook. In this day and age, most of these women can't cook. I wonder why. It's not that they can't cook. They just refuse to cook for your stupid ass. They just refuse to cook for your stupid ass. What about these women? They're just too masculine. Excuse me, my mother worked at General Motors for over 30 years. She had to be masculine in a masculine world. That's every woman. The hell? You didn't have no problems when all these people had to get drafted out in the war. When World War I started, everybody had to go. If you were a man at the age of 18, you had to go. You were drafted. You were automatically drafted, automatically trained. But the rest of them that were already in the military, they had to go fight. And who took over the businesses that which vast majority of male created businesses had to take over. A lot of these women had to take over these majority of masculinity type businesses. They had to take over. They had to take over. It's not only they do the cooking and the cleaning and the sewing and all this, they had to feed the kids and everything, but they had to take over your positions as managers and stuff like that. Do they get any credit? No. Did they was it legal for them to start a bank? No. Man, it doesn't matter what he does. If he speaks truth to power, he gets punished for it. Why does he have to talk about interracial relationships? Have you seen what it's done to black folks? It's made them blinders to the world that we're living in. Everybody's going to ignore the Willie Lynch chip. Everybody's going to ignore that. Everybody's going to ignore the fact that we're still, slaves amongst white supremacy. Everybody's going to ignore how the Willie Lynch letter of whether he's invincible or non-invincible, whether he existed or non-existed, whether the letter was created back in the 1800s or it was created in 2011, it really doesn't matter. Look, read it for yourself, analyze it, look out into the world and see what it's doing to us now. It's like, who created the Bible? Let's just say Jesus created the Bible. No, the Pope created the Bible. Jesus sent the message. No, the Pope sent the message. No, the rabbi sent the message. No, the prophet sent the message. Who gives a damn who sent the message? Did you get the message? We don't want institutions. We don't want institutions. When I interviewed him, he said it. He said it, and I believed him. Because the only thing that y'all ever argue about is women. Black women. I've seen every single live stream. That's all you ever utter. I don't know if you're trying to outdo the next person, but the person with the next that's coming up with the next live stream, I guarantee you, he's gonna have 36, 32, 40, almost up to a million subscribers talking about the same stuff. Wanna be Kevin Samuels. Or wanna be Kevin Samuels. But I give Kevin Samuels credit because when it came to that brother, and he didn't just talk about the women in totality. He talked about white women and he talked about black men. He talked about white women and he talked about black men. And I'm not saying he was perfect. He was not. He was not. But the man showed you how to dress. I would much prefer if some of these Negroes that make live streams about women all day, make a live stream one day of how a young brother, a young brother should dress. A sip of water. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. I could talk about that for days. Although I will say, if you some of these women out here need to start crediting the people who had it's not twerk, it's maestra. It's an African proverb. It's an African proverb when and I'm paraphrasing, and I wish I had an individual that I know because she follows more of the African diaspora than I do when it comes to twerking. But I don't even want to get into all that. Everybody knows it came from all that twerking stuff came from Africa. But anyway, I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice to all the struggle streamers out there, to all the individuals that just wants to make content. And I'm talking about the big players too, especially Anton. I am so sick of Anton Daniels talk about Umar. But he does what he wants to do. Just don't get mad when I come on live, right? And I'm right by the school when it opens, and it will open. Like I said, I know people that know him. I'm not worried about a damn thing. But don't get mad, white boy, because see, when it comes to Anton, he is the biggest hypocrite that there is. It's like, how is it, and no disrespect, you're just a coon, that's all. And I expect shit from a coon. I expect shit like that from a coon. I expect him to say F the black community, because there are a lot of Negroes out there who just ruin it for everybody, right? So I expect him to say something like that. But when you put your tongue out there to say F Malcolm X, that is when you have crossed the line. That is when you really cross the line, sir. That is where you really, really cross the line. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you must. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Tell a friend, tell a friend. It's apropos that we expose some of these Negroes, right? He did let that go to his head.
I don't want to hear that. My brother shit, for the culture shit. I just said what I said. Fuck the culture.
Well, in the words of Malcolm X, who told you to hate yourself? I mean, who told you to hate yourself?
Black people kill Malcolm X. Fuck Malcolm X. And black people kill Malcolm X.
Wow, really?
Fuck Malcolm
really?
X. Fuck all
Malcolm
of them.
X?
Fuck all of these people that came before us. I don't want to hear that.
Really?
My brother shit, for the culture shit. I just said what I said. Fuck the culture.
Well, in the words of Malcolm X, who told you to hate yourself? I mean, who told you to hate yourself?
Black people kill Malcolm X. Fuck Malcolm X. And black people kill Malcolm X.
Wow, really?
Fuck Malcolm
really?
X. Fuck all
Malcolm
of them.
X?
Fuck all of these people that came before us. I don't want to hear that.
Really?
My brother shit, for the culture shit. I just said what I said. Fuck the culture.
Well, in the words of Malcolm X, who told you to hate yourself? I mean, who told you to hate yourself?
Black people kill Malcolm X. Fuck Malcolm X. And black people kill Malcolm X.
Wow, really?
Fuck Malcolm
really?
X. Fuck all
Malcolm
of them.
X?
Fuck all of these people that came before us.
But you want to hate on Dr. Umar. Oh, when it comes to the truth, people want to leave. When it comes to the truth, people want to leave. They don't want to hold their boy accountable. But they want to hold Dr. Umar. To hold his feet to the fire. Wow. Oh boy. It's all good. Are you coming home tomorrow? What the hell? I got people calling me left and wrong numbers left and right. I'm not too fond of Mike TV either, because he loves talking about Africans in a very negative way. But I'm not too worried about Mike TV. He can make his bubblegum money, and I'm gonna straight focus on what I got to focus on. And oh, by the way, you want to talk about Dr. Umar, but y'all never want to talk about these racist ass cops that are out here trying to kill us, who are killing us. Right? I played that video up and down the street. People who have played that video and who did a live stream on it, salute to y'all, bringing awareness out there. For those who did a video on Shay Robinson, who got murdered in cold blood and cut up, and her body was sent out in pieces down the Lake Michigan River. I will salute to y'all, salute to the family, salute to them. Why don't we do live streams about that? But no, we want to do live streams on how women are not feminine enough and not their choice, how they're the last choices on the planet. The last females that are picked out are black women. The last choices on earth are black women and Asians. Really? So if black women are the last ones to get picked, how come you picked them? They're the first ones to get picked out and get pregnant, to get effed on, bust nuts, and get put back on the shelf. Oh, 9 months, 3 weeks later, oh, I'm pregnant and it's yours. No, I can't do it. It's gonna ruin my reputation. I can't do it. Can you abort it? No, I'm keeping the baby. What if I just give you money? I'm still keeping the baby. No, I don't want you there. Fuck you then, bitch. Bye-bye. But you don't want to talk about Dr. Umar. No, they're not. No, they're not. According to these Negroes, no, they're not. No, they're not. They get married because they can't choose. They can't choose a good man. A good man that they should take direction from. Remember, God is God first, man, woman, and child, even though they take the triangle. The triangle method, which is God first, man and woman. And what comes out of the triangle between God and man and woman? The child. The child representing the child representing the community as a whole, depending upon how you direct traffic. How you direct traffic, meaning how you parent, how you do things in the correct manner that makes things continuously grow for our community. Remember, without struggle, there can be no progress. I believe it was Frederick Douglass who said that. Without struggle, there is no progress. I want the rain, but I don't want the mud. I don't want the thunder and the lightning, nor the mud. Make it make sense. I want the beautiful rain, the beautiful raindrops. But you don't want the mud, you don't want the thunder and the lightning and the typhoons. Don't make Mother Nature angry. You see, Dr. Umar is not just a Pan-Africanist. No, he's not FBA, and no, he is definitely not Adolf's. No disrespect to none of them. No disrespect to none of them. But I wonder what the next Umar thing. Oh, let's not forget. Let's have fun with this. Y'all remember, right? Y'all remember the lady that came down that aisle? That big old Huffy Puffy? Remember the big old Huffy? Oh, Umar doing that? Ladies and gentlemen, Umar has got his hooks in there. Everybody, huh? Umar, he effing fat women. How do you know that? So, not to criticize anybody or talk about a certain individual, because I'm not talking about a certain individual. But what I'm going to say is, so you're saying that Dr. Umar is fucking booger wolves. Again, I am not talking about anybody. I'm not specifically talking about anyone. That's just the norm for people. Struggle streamers who go on these live streams and they just talk about whatever they want to talk about when it comes to him. He should get people with great influences. Oh, he's gotten the help. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know the price of the price that he particularly was negotiating? Because everybody can negotiate a price. If a price is not, if the price is not negotiable, then he'll just go on and just pass through. He just go on, just pass through, because the price range is just too high. And so we're just going to have to look for another and another and another. And then, of course, he finds people who can actually help him out, right? But then it's always something with them. They want more money. They want to be recognized. They want to call it their school and blah, da, 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 da. Don't do that. Don't freaking do that. Hi, Bridge. Don't do that. 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 You look like, are you saying Tanya, yo, are you trying to say that the lady that tried to sabotage his lecture in Atlanta, she was looking like John, he was looking like I think it's not John Henry. What is his name? I think it's John Henry from the WWE, but I don't know. Anyway. Oh gosh. But anyway, my point is he's gonna get criticized for everything. It's just slander at this point. It's just slander. He's going to get slanderized for Mark Henry, right? He's going to get slandered. You make me choke. Shut up. Anyway, he's going to get slanderized for this. He's going to get slanderized for that. And Umar has given kudos and props to those who actually have made institutions for themselves. But I'll be hot damn if y'all can't give him the same recognition, or just say, you know what, F it. We're gonna go up there and we're gonna go up to a school and we're gonna say, what do you need help with, bro? What do you need help with, bro? Let's get this thing open. Let's just get this thing straightened out and open. Because I have videos that had people in there who were working. Weren't that the same thing that y'all was complaining about? Working? No, he wasn't working. What do you call them people up in there? And you seen white people. And I thought you know what? I thought you just wanted all, but think realistically. Think realistically. Do you take everything that he says out of context? We all should know by now that there are not enough black people who are doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, HVAC people, electricians. They're not enough. They're not enough. That's because Lloyd Jamal wanted Dr. Umar to do what he wanted him to do. I just said that. And then they're going to talk shit afterwards. Fuck Lloyd Jamal. Fuck Lloyd Jamal. Won't talk shit afterwards. I mean, we ain't got to worry about that dude no more. I wonder what's next. I wonder what's next. Everybody wants them to do, it wants Umar to do what they want him to do. They want him to start getting these loans from these banks or getting these grants or whatever from these private institutions. I wonder what the cost of admission is going to be if he does that. If he does that. He's had for at least, let me see, you're complaining 3 years, no, 2.5 years about the school not being done at a certain specific time, right? He's had black people help him. Also, I think you did, I don't know if you were hiding under a rock or something like that, but didn't you know there were people that were sabotaging him? Vandalizing, the same person that were helping them were vandalizing the schools, stealing from him. I think at some point in time you about have enough. I think at some point in time you had about had enough. I think at some point in time you about had enough. And you got people, you got black folks left and right. See, black people don't have any tolerance for black people creating their own big giant establishments. But as soon as a white person is on the scene, it's like, oh, look at this. This didn't take no time. This took like 3 months. This took like a whole 3 months to build an institution. Oh my God. Look at these wonderful little cakes up in here. These wonderful cookies and cake. Yo, the master boss. Do you think I surmise if I taste? I just want to have a little taste, Master Boss. I ain't got much money, but Master Boss, I just want a little taste of that cake. Y'all don't deserve institute. You don't deserve shit. None of you motherfuckers deserve shit. None of you. None of you. And you gonna have him take advice from a retired rapper. Oh, well, my father, he built schools from out of a milk carton. Fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. Fuck Lloyd Jamal. 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 How many times I gotta say that? I'll say it till the cows come on. Fuck Lloyd Jamal. That nigga ain't the end all be all. Don't come to me with no Lloyd Jamal shit. That nigga is not the end all be all. The next thing you know, you be talking about some what's the brother's name? Sugar Bear or whatever his name is. Q butter. Y'all be talking about Q butter. Next thing you know, you be talking about Brother Polite. Oh, I almost forgot. Sansum Seti. Saras. Excuse me. Saras Sutin Seti. You mean Saras Sutin Seti with the feds? Niggas ratting on other niggas. Niggas ratting on other niggas. Y'all supposed to be about Hotep, right? But you got this rat ratting on niggas. Man, oh man, oh man. You go to if you name Sarasu Seti with the feds, man, that's comedy relief in itself. Sarasu Seti with the feds. I don't even follow them people no more. I rarely follow Shaka Almost. I rarely follow him anymore. I mean, if he does, I mean, no disrespect. I mean, nothing. I ain't got nothing against the brother, but I mean, it ain't the same as it was before. Red pill, blue pill. I mean, much love to them brothers. Much love to Red Pill, Blue Pill. Much love to Shaka. And hell, I even give some. James Smalls. I even give some love to Sinetta. Even though he's like the uncle that nobody likes to invite. Man, you know what? It is what it is. So, needless to say, go make your live streams. Go make your live streams, bro. Go make your live streams. But when he opens up the school, no matter if it's this year, next year, the year after that, or the year after that, I don't care anymore. I don't care because y'all made it uncomfortable for me. Y'all made it so uncomfortable for me to even stress this shit out. I'm not stressing it anymore. If he comes out with, which most likely will come out in September. But if it comes out in September, October, November, December, oh well. So keep on making your streams. Y'all don't need shit. You don't need shit. You ungrateful people.